There's still a ton we don't currently know about the newly announced Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends ZA. And while we don't really know exactly how they'll pull off an entire game within one city, I do want to talk about some features I really hope they include in the game. Legends Arceus is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon games, but it was missing some features that I would have loved to see. Starting off with the first one, I'm hoping they'll include multiplayer in some way, whether it's being able to connect with your friends and explore and play the game together somehow, or to be able to battle with friends or online. It would be awesome to be able to play the game with friends, with everyone being in the same world together, similar to the Union Circle feature in Scarlet and Violet. But if the game is about building a small village or town into the Lumio city we know of today, then how would two players see the world if they're in different parts of the game? It doesn't seem too likely they'd include this, but maybe there will be some sort of Union Circle. The other multiplayer feature I'm talking about is battling online as well. I'd love to see a ranking system, similar to the current game Scarlet and Violet, but even just battling friends or random people online, similar to Pokemon Let's Go, would be better than what Legends Arceus offered, which is literally nothing. How exactly they could seamlessly make this work is beyond me, but I'm hoping this will be implemented in some way. The next feature I'm hoping they add is the Synchro machine mechanic, introduced in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, the Indigo Disc, which lets you synchronize with a Pokemon of your choosing, essentially letting you play as the Pokemon. Once in a while, as I'm playing Pokemon Violet, I'll just pick a Pokemon I'd like to see and use the Synchro machine to just run around and play as it, usually a little bit before bed when I know I'm getting tired and want to do something low effort and relaxing. It is pretty cool to be a Pokemon and see how they move about and such. Hopefully they'll add more features to it, such as being able to jump and have multiple attacks and such, since the feature in the Indigo Disc felt bare bones, in my opinion. Maybe they could even implement it in the main story somehow, using Pokemon to complete various tasks involved in building the city, such as ridding debris out of the way using Machamp to make way for new infrastructure or something. I don't know, but I know everyone would love to play as their favorite Mega Pokemon, so... Number 3 on the list, I'm really hoping they'll add a compelling story or lore behind this game. Legends Arceus had a pretty decent story, as I love delving into the Sinnoh lore and the myths or legends, but it also seemed like a superficial storyline, not going much deeper than Arceus just summoning you to save the day by defeating the legendary Pokemon on top of the mountain. I know most people, including myself, don't expect much story-wise from their Pokemon games, but the game literally has the word Legends in the name, meaning a story. So while this isn't a complaint on Legends Arceus in any way, I'm just hoping there's a pretty cool and deep story involving the game, which I think they have plenty to go off of. For instance, the AZ storyline from X and Y, or the origin of Mega Evolution, or just the role of Zygarde in nature. Let's hope they really go hard in making the story. Next up for number 4, I'm hoping they'll include the catching mechanics of Legends Arceus, what with the sneaking up and throwing balls to catch the Pokemon instead of having to battle them like in Scarlet and Violet. It was intuitive and gave more depth to catching Pokemon, with them still allowing you to straight up battle the Pokemon and weaken it before throwing the ball. It just felt more real, I guess. It added to the whole catching thing, and I'm just here for it. I also really liked how when you battled wild Pokemon or trainers that you could walk around while the battle was going on. It really felt like you were there in the battle and it looked so like cinematic and epic. I really hope they include this in the game. And for the last one, I'm hoping they add items or abilities, or both. I don't know the exact reason for them not including them in Legends Arceus, but I feel like adding them adds more depth to battling and how each Pokemon is used. It adds more dimension in the way each and every Pokemon battles. An ability can determine whether a Pokemon plays a supportive role on a team or has an offensive role. Items help to play into that as well. This would also work well if they include online battles. It could be likely that items will be included, since normally a Pokemon has to hold their Mega Stone to Mega Evolve, in which Mega Evolution has been confirmed to be in the game. But it's very possible they'll simply have other means for a Pokemon to Mega Evolve, getting rid of the need to hold an item in order to do so. I suppose that's everything as far as hopes for the game goes, as I'm hoping they'll include new forms and Megas and such, but I would bet my bottom dollar they'll include those. Also, as far as how they'll make an entire game in just a city, if you look at this map here, and then look at this clip of a waterway from the reveal trailer, assuming the waterway is one of these lines on the map, that waterway is huge. This leads me to believe the map for this game will be enormous, not to mention that Lumio City's real-life counterpart, Paris, is well known for its catacombs, basically an extensive network of tunnels and rooms underneath the city. Assuming the game will include this in the city, this is where you'll find a number of different Pokemon like ghost types and ground rock types. It also extends the size of the map vastly. Either way, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section and what you'd like to see included in the games. Also, feel free to let me know if you like this sort of content by leaving a like and consider subscribing. It helps me know whether to continue making content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.